Welcome back to Deus Ex Human Revolution. I am Decidius, and we are I don't know. Let's go through this wall. Still want to figure out how to get... Ooh, a silencer. Right. Again, had a few issues, so there are a few guys that are awake that shouldn't be.
Access granted.
Hey, you lazy ass, what's up? I've got some of Burke's special goons hanging over me like some kind of vulture, so I'm pretending I'm busy. I wish Keitner would do something about them. I don't need any warm, fuzzy reminders of HS. I joined up for a nice paycheck, not to be bullied by some cyber nerd's wet dream. Shit, looks like a vegan air. But where's the goddamn key? Alright, you did a good job with the straights. Here's something a little tougher. Okay. Good luck with this one. We'll make a code breaker out of you yet. We've read these. Okay. Right. Gotta pick that up. I had to buy another line to carry everything. I'm not sure what I didn't get, but I'm pretty sure I have all the proper stuff now. Now, there are two guys in here. That one, and the boring one. Yeah, him. So I guess we do this. That's one down. Oh, thank you. Broken laser. Okay, so I now know where I'm going. Detention Camp 5. And I should be free to move about the cabin now. Ooh, another beer. Sure, let's take that. Okay. But while that's where we need to go, we haven't looked at everything yet. Someone in here. Oh, the dude at the computer.
I'll send him a fucking report.
Okay, one more down. There's been a situation aboard Zhenju. Armed stowaway has been captured. No further details at this time. However, Commander Burke has opted to board the ship once we approach RBS. I have appraised Lieutenant Commander Keitner of the circumstances, and she will be boarding as well. We will designate an escort for the commanders. The escort will stay behind on the ship under my orders and aid in transferring the prisoner once we're docked. If you arrange with special operatives in detention, slip central for temporary access to the detention camp for the escort team. Do not want any incidents known to speak to Burke unless directly addressed. No mention of detainees or otherwise. By God, I swear, if anyone steps out of line, I will let Burke do what he will. Yeesh. Also have Hammond send another base-wide security reminder. Burke will be on a rampage because of this breach. Surely he'll start a security assessment for all of RBS, so we'll have to be on our toes. Bored! What's she going to do? Keitner's got no pull here. I don't know what the brass were thinking about when they posted her here, but they weren't doing her any feathers. Here's how busy I am. What's that supposed to be? By the way, what's the comm situation? I've been getting flack that we're having problems connecting to the incoming ships because of the storm. I'm assuming that's been cleared up. Oh, and that's the one we read earlier. What's this? Data storage device. Wow, it's something special if I'm able to pick it up. Quest. Biometric data disk. And then security from corporate Alan Tyler. Rewritable data storage. Contains holographically encoded information. Oh. This disk has been labeled 1 through 5. So there are 5 of these? Well then, I guess I've got some looking to do. 2 more cameras off. We got 2 more beer. Drink that. And drink that. I'm sure that's the one that sets it off. Oh, I haven't been in those rooms yet. But these lasers are still on, so I gotta find that first, I guess. Oh hey, it's off now. There we go. Oh no. More oh no. I don't know if I can do this one. 4, 3... stop. And we'll nuke that.
Access granted.
There we go. Oh. What? I thought we were going into the... I thought that was a laser grid. Where does this go? The heck am I? Ebook. Threat of cybernetic discognition disorder. Another dedicated terminal. Another open panel. 2 more cameras to turn off. I think I know where that one is. This must be the laser one.
Access granted.
There we go. Ah, laser system. There we go. Lasers are off. Now, where does this go? This has to go into the back of the... What's it called? The shop. Where the heck am I? Burke's spare retinal prosthesis?
Geithner, any reason Burke's got a spare retinal prosthesis lying around his office?
He just received it this evening from the Tai Young Medical Corporation. HQ had a custom set made especially for him, as a thanks for so many years of good service. Why?
He'll probably be real angry when he realizes it's missing. Jensen out.
Australian conflict set to escalate? Did Australia become the freaking Mad Max?
Access granted.
Commander Peter Burke, a request for you has been resolved. New safe. Ooh. Finished installing your new safe in the previously specified location, including let us know if there are any problems with the opening trigger on the frame sliding mechanism, or you're in some way unable to access the contents. Oh. Congratulations. I know my brother already spoke to you personally, but congratulations on your recent promotion. The board was more than happy to recognize your recent accomplishments, especially considering how successful the Hydra program has proven in Australia. Damn it, now Hydra's in Australia too? You've certainly exemplified the kind of uncompromising lateral thinking approach to progress that Bell Tower prides itself upon. In light of that, stay the course, my friend. I know you're under a lot of pressure, but the reminder that the OCM project represents for us, for our partners, for the world. Remember as well, your efforts will be properly rewarded. History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. Take a read. Something you might find interesting came across my desk this morning. A report from one of the technicians working on Hydra's nerve set extension. Apparently your men, or more specifically the volunteers, have coined a new term to describe the post-release blackouts they're experiencing. Mind crash. To quote test subject 2829, that's a lot of test subjects. When you're plugged in, everything is cold. Your skin feels tight, your muscles are stiff, your bones feel like glass, but you're not really aware of this, right? Because the machine is telling you otherwise. It's telling you you're somewhere else, experience something else, but your body knows. It knows something isn't right, and it remembers. Like the real you is still awake, even though you're dreaming. When they turn it off and you start disconnecting, it's like the fake you and the real you crash together. 1 minute you're warm, alive, and then all of a sudden it's like you fell through ice and you're dying. Sucks the air right out of you, like a bomb going off in your head. Your brain locks up and boom! A flash, then nothing. Just the darkness. You know those blue screens of death on a computer? Yeah, it's like that, except it's your mind that's crashing. Spooky shit, man. I ain't going back into that thing. I think these mind crashes deserve some more looking into. If we can diminish the likelihood of them occurring or eliminate the possibility altogether, it would go a long way towards retaining volunteers. As it stands, the cost of outfitting non-OCM candidates with the Hydra tech in order to simply test the interrogation of nerve simulators with your Spec Ops training regime is proving quite prohibitive. This conversation was automatically saved. Burke, I need a favor. The mighty tyrants need something. Say it ain't so. This is serious. My team has some setbacks. Setbacks? Casualties. This wouldn't have anything to do with those 5 scientists, would it? It's classified, but let's just say one of them has an attachment problem. And that problem has a hero complex. Oh. What, like an ex-boyfriend? Something like that. You gotta be kidding me. I never kid. So? What do you want? Dossiers and some of your best men. The ranch might be vulnerable, and I need reinforcements. I'll have Nicole forward you. Expect it when the interlude settles. Thanks. One of them has an attachment problem, and the problem has a hero complex. That would be me. Wow, just a big billowy thing over the wall. Whiskey. Coloration for liberty. Ooh. That's an extensive map. Or not, yeah, map. Surveillance. What's outside this door? A gun. Oh. And I need to go there. And now I'm here. Okay. So this is Burkes' office. What is with people and the weird dangly lights? Ooh, credits. We'll just take those and continue along our way. Where am I now? The bell tower way. I don't know where I am, but I mean, it's proving very profitable.
Access granted.
This conversation was automatically saved to your history. Think Blake, am I reading this right? You want me to reassign Warrior, Foxhound, India, Hunter, Takedown, and Lima companies off their regular patrols and into temporary standby? That's correct. Don't mind me asking why. Mr. Blake, I do mind. You have your orders, please follow them. This wouldn't have anything to do with the prisoner on the boat, would it? No, and even if it did, the present should no longer concern you. Now you will do as instructed, or I'll find someone who doesn't question my every order and carries out their duties. Yes, sir. One more thing. Next time Burke asks you to do something, I want you to inform me of it before you do anything. Got it? Understood. Thank you. Sir, I've observed some of Burke's men unloading and moving pods directly through loading bay 3 onto the detention camp. I spoke to Higgins, who wasn't on transfer duty, and he told me when he asked for clearance papers, they basically told him to go fuck himself and mind his own business. Here's the kicker. We did a database search on the pod ID numbers that went through, and nothing turned up. Someone wiped them clean out of the system. Higgins says they were all females, so those Jane Does just became Jane Gonzos. What do you want us to do? Concerns have been noted. They will be brought forth the next director's meeting. For the time being, I must remind you, unlike most private militaries, we follow a chain of command here at Bell Tower. That is why we have a rank and hierarchical. I know how to say that, and I can't say it for some reason. Policies. This decorum of professional discipline and integrity is what legitimizes Bell Tower in the eyes of our clients, and is not just for show. While we recognize and appreciate your willingness to uphold the ideas of Bell Tower, your inquiries into the affairs of the superior are quite unbecoming, and I stress the importance of protocol. For the time being, please refrain from any further investigations into matters outside your jurisdiction. Mr. Burke and Special Operations as a whole fall under classified intelligence, and as such, remain off-limits to anyone without appropriate clearance. Failure to adhere to these restrictions can and will result in immediate disciplinary actions. My mouth is getting dry. Commander Keitner, are you familiar with the term irregular warfare? You must be, based on your background, but in case you've forgotten, allow me to paraphrase. Irregular warfare is a violent struggle among state and non-state actors for legitimacy and influence over relevant populations. It favors indirect and asymmetrical approaches, though it may employ the full range of military and other capacities in order to erode an adversary's power, influence, and will. According to your profile, you yourself spent more than a decade fighting insurgents and Palestinian forces with IDF before you were summarily dismissed for, how should we call it, less than patriotic opinions. So how is it that someone who fought and bled for a country embroiled in a century-old conflict can still fail to appreciate the necessary procedures required to safeguard innocent lives from non-state actors, aka terrorists? These people sold their rights the moment they took up arms and continued to hide behind their civilian clothing. Rather than don the responsibility and legitimacy of a uniform, they chose to ambiguously and deception. This is the consequence. Now please refrain from harassing myself or the men any further. We've already spoken in person, so consider this your second and formal written warning. You have your responsibilities and I have mine. See to your own as I see to mine. We will get along just fine. Yeesh. Sounds like she's not making it easy for people. Well, they're not making it easy for her. And through this door? I did get the laser shut off. I've not gone through that vent yet. Let's find out what's in this vent. Okay, so we went across the hall. And there's someone behind that wall.
Access granted.
Arrival confirmed. Eggs and cotton greatly appreciated. Confirmation. Let's see. Note we'll be making stops in Melina for grenades and in Egypt for uniforms and bed sheets in order to fill your requisition. They're going for the high quality stuff. Sorry for the delay, problems with our suppliers. P.S. If you're serious about that pizza oven, just fill out the standard form. Scratch out where it says machine gun and write in pizza. I'll speak to Q and we'll see what we can do. Lieutenant, I've completed my investigation into the situation concerning the presence of unauthorized materials at RBS, specifically comfort and/or personal in nature. There is seemingly an abundance of such materials, however, since they are not originating from our offices or through normal requisition channels, that being said, I can find no evidence of a black market or other type of procurement model on the base. Can only conclude that the troops are returning from active duty and/or leaving with materials in question. I've approached Commander Keitner about the situation. She is less than worried about the men having their little comforts, and suggested a better use of our time might be spent doing inventory. She will expect a full report next week. So people are sneaking stuff onto the base. And this dude's not happy about it. Where is this guy? Oh, there he is. He just put his clipboard away. Out he goes. You just gotta realize that Jensen has metal fists. He hits too hard and he can just cave his face in. Tong is a pain, but he knows his place. If he steps out of line, he knows BT will shut him down. I don't think his harvesters had anything to do with the explosion. I know Wang is spouting some crap about having seen some harvesters in the dock area days before the incident. Doesn't mean anything. They're everywhere, like rats. Tong has too good a deal going with us. The few clashes we have with his boys may as well be staged. He throws us a few, we throw him a few, plus the leftovers from OR. We may be able to spin the explosion to our advantage. The fear of more terrorism will surely result in more contracts for us, not less. If you've got some boys sitting around doing nothing, you might as well send them here. I can find something to do for them. Harvester in question has reached the highest levels in the company. There is some concern that repeated incidents may affect our standing and possibly inhibit further security contracts, specifically in the Pacific Rim. They're fighting giant monsters now. Sheesh. Ham explosion did not go over well. Will this Tong play ball, or are we going to have to make another example of him? I can send more men if you need them. Right, get on this. I've already sent word confirming that we're interested. Iron out the details and keep me in the loop. We are still interested in contacting Bell Tower. As previously discussed, this will include policing Banner Seri Bagawan, as well as much of the countryside and our maritime interests, chiefly oil platforms. We would greatly appreciate the preliminary assets and timeline for the implementation of a Bell Tower security force at your earliest convenience. Thus commence negotiations in earnest. Captain Mangan, I will require a number of contact tracks to be pulled and forwarded to my office. There is some question of Bell Tower's contracted obligations with various organizations in the vicinity of RBS due to the increased storm activity this season. The frequency and severity of the storm season may prove costly if we're contractually obligated to provide disaster response and support. We may have to find a way of massaging the agreements to be more favorable. I'll send a list forthwith. Also, I require a report on possible profits from salvaging in these various contracted areas, and if this may recoup some of our losses. I'm just going to salvage disaster areas. What's this? Oh, Lower Hangshaw. That's not good when they've got a map of the place. Where's this go? Are we finally going to get into the back room of the shop? Nope, I'm under a staircase. Ooh, a jar. Jars are huge, though. If I use that... and... I don't need that much ammo for my... Where is it? Where's my pistol? That one's loaded. That one's loaded. That one's definitely loaded. I don't have any ammo for my peps, but I don't want it to go anywhere either. Rocket launcher. Okay, I'm just gonna look around for a little bit and see if I can find a way into that place. The store. So there's stuff back there. Okay, so I looked around the whole base over and over again. Eventually to the point that I just tried to look it up. Hard to find, and from what I can tell is you can't get back there yet. Still not sure how, but... either way, we're gonna go into Detention Camp 5 next time. Not sure what I did this episode, but I will see you guys then.